Welcome to my channel. Getting very cold in New York City. It's 4:45 p.m. in New York. You can see how the sky is cloudy. And welcome to my channel, guys. I hope you're all doing well. For those who are new on my channel, so on this channel we talked about immigrants and how to provide tools, advice, recommendation to help immigrants in their decisions. So on this channel we provide useful information to strengthen immigrants' financial capabilities, to help immigrants take their important decision and how to get more stronger in the country where they live. So if you have any interest for the immigrants and immigrations and blah blah blah, please stay tuned, because today we're going to talk about a very interesting subject. Today we're going to talk about the 5 common paths to get legally into a country. So usually we can see that so many people are trying to cross the border of countries illegally, taking all kind of risk. Some of them are just, crossing the oceans, just to get into a new country. Some of them are just, using all means to get illegally into countries. I don't recommend, and I usually don't recommend people to try to get into a country illegally, because at the end of the day, it's painful and very risky. So that's why in the topic today, we're going to talk about 5 paths, legal paths, that can help people to get into a new country legally. No money, it's for free, guys. So stay tuned, we're going to talk about all of them. So you can see which path is best for you. And also you can provide your comment if you do agree or disagree with any of those paths. First, most common path to legally get the foot into a country is the investment-based visa. So you can get into a new country, United States, Canada, by just providing enough evidence that you are financially capable to invest in certain amount in that country. Of course, if you are trying to get into Canada, then you should have a certain level of Canadian dollar worth or investment. If you are trying to get the foot in the US, then you must be able to demonstrate certain level of investment in the US. So that is a way that many people can use to legally get into a country and then establish themselves and become a permanent resident. So again, in this investment program, investment-based visa, the bad news is that it's usually not for everybody, because I've just mentioned it. You need to provide, you need to be financially capable, you need to have enough money, you need to demonstrate enough investment to be able to get that kind of visa. So the requirement basically for this kind of visa is that you have to demonstrate that you can invest, or you have already invested a certain amount of money. I think, depending on the US or Canada, I think you should be able to demonstrate an investment of around 800,000 US or Canadian dollars before they can give you the visa. But at the end of the day, it's one of the visas that should be explored, because the requirement is financially high, that's true, but at the end of the day, the process itself is quite easy and it's quite short as a type of visa. So guys, don't forget, investment-based visa is one of the paths to get the foot into a country. So you may want to Google it if regarding of the country where you want to immigrate. Then just Google it, investment-based visa for, I don't say Germany, investment-based visa for Canada, investment-based visa for the United States. Then you will see all the requirements directly from the government website, and then you will see how you can now put together your file and start the process for yourself. So that's one visa. The second type of visa that another second way, a second path on getting the foot legally into a country is the employment-based visa. The employment-based visa, here some country, for some reason, they lack skill. They don't have enough skill in a specific field. So to kind of compensate the lack of skill in certain area of expertise, they will now hire people internationally to fill the gap that they need in that specific field. Let's talk about the IT, for example. I know so many IT people. If you are good regarding the IT capabilities, then you may want to search employment-based visa for IT people, because it's a skill that is highly and globally in demand right now in most of the country. If you are, for example, a health personnel, a nurse, an assistant nurse, a doctor, so many countries are struggling getting more staffing in the health industry. So you may want to consider as well applying for the employment-based visa. So again, the policy and the politics behind the project is that some country has critical needs in certain field of expertise, then they may be open to provide employment-based visa to anyone being capable of demonstrating skills on that area. Again, most of the Western countries have that program. All you have to do is to Google it. Employment-based visa Canada, employment-based visa United States. Then you will see all the requirements, and then you can start with that. Maybe you have certain expertise, maybe you are very good at something. It doesn't have to be a high level knowledge, it may be also a secondary school knowledge, but in an industry that is highly in demand, so you may try to apply for that, update your resume, put together your credentials, and then apply, go through the process and see how it goes. So that's the second path for getting the food legally into the country. So the third path on getting the food legally in the country is the family-based visa. The family-based visa is the situation where you already have a friend. You already have a family member, your mom, your dad, your siblings, your younger brother, your older brother are already living in the country, and then he or she may be able to sponsorship you and demonstrate the family link, the family relationship, and then based on that, he will be able to sponsorship you to come into the country where he lives. For example, if you have your dad, your legal dad living in the United States, you have your legal mom living in Canada, your mom should be able to sponsorship you, or at least to support your visa application process. That's why we call the family-based visa. So here, what the officer will be looking is mostly the family link, the family tie. If there is any family relationship that can be easily demonstrated, then you can get the visa regarding the family tie. Another visa is just the student visa. Okay, the student visa. Let's suppose you went to school until, let's say, the secondary level, or you have started the university, or whatever the level is. Most of the university offer a program for the international student. Through that program, through that path, you should be able to get a student visa. Most of the Western countries have that program. The process is just to go in the website of the school. Let's say all the engineering school in Canada. You pick up one school in Google, you open the school website, you go into the admission section. In the admission section, you should be able to see international students. And there you will have all the process on how to get the visa. They usually even have someone dedicated to answer all the questions regarding the international visa, international student, and how to get the visa from abroad. So you may also want to explore that way. I know the requirement is for you to be able to, first of all, get all the requirement, all the academic requirement, but also to get the ability to put together the file that they require for the student visa. And then if you do all that, then the school will be able to issue the admission letter, and then with the admission letter from the university, you can now easily apply for your visa at the embassy in your country. So Guys, also consider